center manager from Las Vegas, Nevada, Greg Snyder. An associate professor from Grand Island, New York, Carolyn Shivers. And our returning champion, a software developer from Portland, Oregon, Matthew Marcus, whose 3-day cash winnings total $87,400. And now, here is the host of Jeopardy, Ken Jennings.
Thank you, Johnny. All right, welcome to Jeopardy. After enjoying 2 runaway games in his first 2 appearances with us, our champion Matthew Marcus had to work a little bit harder yesterday. He only had a narrow lead heading into Final Jeopardy, and luckily for him, knew just enough about the history of barbed wire to escape with the win and come back today to face Carolyn and Greg. Good luck to all 3 of you. Let's begin the Jeopardy round and take a look at your categories. We'll begin by asking, which war? Then, nuts to you. Also an NFL team. Then, whoa-oh. We're halfway there. Living on a prairie. On the prairie. Matthew, where do we begin?
NFL 600, please.
A sacred college of these meets in the Holy See. Carolyn.
What are Cardinals?
That's an NFL team, yes.
NFL team 1000.
Rhea and Mnemosyne were female ones on Hesiod's list of 12. Matthew.
What are Titans?
You got it.
Whoa-oh 600.
This word takes an umlaut when it comes between blue and cult. Carolyn.
What is oyster?
Yes.
NFL team 800.
Sautés in a pan with a slight scorch. Carolyn.
What is Browns?
You got it.
NFL team 400.
Nye and hater. Greg.
Who are the Bills?
That's correct.
NFL for 200.
Weakening cell phone batteries need them. Matthew.
What are Chargers?
Yes.
We're halfway there for 600.
He's the biblical king who says, divide the living child in 2 and give half to the one and half to the other. It works out. Matthew.
Who is Solomon?
You got it.
Living on a prairie 600.
A Cree word for a local red berry is the source of the name of Saskatoon, but not of the name of this prairie province it's in. Matthew.
What is Saskatchewan?
Right.
Nuts 600.
Don't look for this nut in Mounds bars, just in its Hershey's companion. Greg.
What are almonds?
Right.
Nuts for 800.
When food was hard to find, American pioneers resorted to eating these nuts, perhaps from a white oak. Greg.
What are acorns?
Good.
Nuts for 1,000.
The para nut, also known as this nation nut, is high in protein, and in non-edible news, its oil is used in shampoos and skincare products. Greg.
What is Brazil?
That's right, 1,000 for you.
Which war for 1,000?
Israel quickly captures the Gaza Strip and Golan Heights. Carolyn.
What is the 6 Days War?
Correct.
Nuts to you 400.
In the early 1900s, not many had them roasting on an open fire after a blight nearly took out these trees in eastern North America. Greg.
What are chestnuts?
You got it.
We're halfway there for 8.
A half bath with toilet and sink but no bath or shower is also called this room, where you can at least touch up your face. Matthew.
What is a powder room?
Correct.
Living on a prairie 800.
Big on the Oregon Trail, the transport called the Prairie This got its name from a white cover resembling part of a sailing ship. Carolyn.
What is a schooner?
Prairie Schooners is correct. That moves you into the lead with $3,800, but everybody's off to a great start. Why not take a pause for this break? We'll let the contestants catch their breath, and then we'll come right back. Greg Snyder from Las Vegas is a call center manager, and Greg, I'm told this is not your first game show experience.
That's right. So about 15 years ago, I was lucky enough to get picked on The Price is Right, where I won a car right before Pontiac went out of business, so the value precipitously went down. But I gotta say, this is just 1,000 times better.
Oh, wow.
So much more fun, and anybody can be on The Price is Right. You gotta work to be on Jeopardy.
We didn't just pull you out of the crowd today, Greg. You didn't come in with a uniform or a funny sign. But that doesn't hurt. Carolyn Shivers is an associate professor from Grand Island, New York, and a beloved aunt. How many nieces and nephews do you have?
I have 13 nieces and nephews, and I have personalized nicknames for each of them.
What are the nicknames?
Princess, Munchkin, Bee, Bruiser, Bucky, Wonder Woman, Sunshine, Sunshine, Gizmo, Chipmunk, Gene, Fury, Biff, and Storm.
Wow, now you're going to be the favorite act. Well done.
That's what I'm up here for.
Matthew Marcus, a software developer from Portland, Oregon. I think we can assume from your Oxbridge and cross-round background that knowledge is important to you. Who are the influences on you in your life that made you that?
I learned the Times crossword at the knee of my grandfather and my uncle. My grandfather was a Church of England priest, sadly not an Episcopalian. He went to Jesus College, Oxford. My uncle went to Brasenose College, Oxford. So they both inspired me to do crosswords and also to go to Magdalen College, Oxford, after whom I've actually named my oldest daughter, who's called Magdalene, a non-homophonic but the same spelled word.
Non-homophonic namesake. Well, I love it. I'm sure they'd be very proud. You've done well. But it's Carolyn who has control of the board right now. Go ahead and select for us.
Whoa-oh 1000.
Sounding like an all-carrying mode of transport, it describes a legislative bill with a whole bunch of provisions. Carolyn.
What is omnibus?
Omnibus, yes.
O800.
Words that imitate natural sounds like bonk, clank, and clunk are examples of this. Carolyn.
What is onomatopoeia?
That's right.
O400.
17th century painter Bartolome Esteban Murillo became one of these by age 10 and often painted kids who looked to be one.
Gửi tiền với Remitly cho người thân yêu tại Việt Nam theo cách họ mong muốn.
As well. Great.
What's an orphan?
Correct.
War for 800?
Michigan's territorial governor surrenders Detroit without a shot being fired. Greg.
What is the War of 1812?
That's the war.
War for 6?
In 431 BC, Spartan ally Thebes goes after Plataea, an Athenian pal, and it's on. Matthew.
What is the Peloponnesian War?
That's right.
War 400.
The destroyer HMS Sheffield is sunk by a missile, but Argentina loses at least 20% of its planes. Matthew.
What is the Falklands War?
Yes.
Nuts to you 200.
Cashews are tasty, but take it easy. They have a high this content, about 12 grams per ounce. Greg.
What is fat?
Yes.
We're halfway there for 1,000.
Half-timbered houses, as on Funan Island, are a nostalgic symbol of this country and are seen on tins of its butter cookies. Matthew.
What is Denmark?
Yes.
Prairie 400.
Chadron, Nebraska's Museum of this Trade has artifacts of the age when beavers were the rodent to wealth. Carolyn.
What is fur trading?
Yes, the Museum of the Fur Trade.
Prairie 1000.
The answer there is the Daily Double in the round. You have retaken the lead, Carolyn.
800.
All right, here's your clue in Livin' on a Prairie. This word precedes prairie in a city not far from Minneapolis that got its name in the 1800s as a garden spot.
What is Eden?
Yes, Eden Prairie is correct. You're up to $6,800.
Halfway there 400.
Ooh, we've got you in this wrestling move where one arm goes under your foes and your hand is on the back of their neck. Greg.
What is a half Nelson?
Yes.
Prairie 200.
The Little House on the Prairie was in this state. A 2-hour drive to Wichita, but a bit longer by horse. Carolyn?
What is Kansas?
You got it.
Halfway there 200.
Time to conjure up book 6 in the series, where Harry Potter deals with this titled person. As you probably know, it's Snape. Carolyn?
What is Half-Blood Prince?
Right.
O200.
A small fertile area in the desert, or a band that wanted to live forever, but did not. Matthew.
Who are Oasis?
That's right. And the final clue in which war? The French take the Duchy of Guyenne from England in 1337, and things get out of hand for a long while. Greg.
What is the 100 Years' War?
That is correct. You have $5,200. You're only in third place by 200, Greg. You're playing well, but you will select first, nevertheless, in Double Jeopardy when we come back following this. All three of our players off to a great start. In fact, there were no incorrect responses at all in the first round. Here comes Double Jeopardy with these categories. Literary title characters, then the 20th century by country, science and technology, role model, then holidays around the globe, and words with diphthongs. Greg, where would you like to start?
Science and tech for 2,000.
Previously, he had built theremins, but in 1964, he introduced his first synthesizer. Matthew.
Who is Moog?
Robert Moog is right.
Literary title characters 1200.
He was Seth Graham Smith's